Awesome.
Nice.
Do you hear me? Like, okay.
On the stream?
Awesome. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Do you hear me? Like, okay.
On the stream.
Cause like, I hope hope I'm like okay.
Yeah, I heard your stream. It's good.
Okay, cool. Cause I added a mute button and I don't know if it will work
Oh,
or not.
I see.
But yeah, we're back at what, episode 3?
Yes, episode 3.
Oh boy, today's topic will be about working in retail environment. Oh my
Fun.
goodness. Mhm.
Oh boy.
Working in retail is something though, like it's so tiring, but I don't think we
Yeah.
get paid enough. Very
that
underrated.
minimum that minimum wage though, huh?
No, for sure.
Uh
It's like too much what's it called? Motion, I guess? Like kinetic energy to just clean everything, making sure everything's nice and clean, organized, sized, cleaning up after customers. Oh, hello Tasui. Hello. Welcome to the podcast. Here we talk about retail. But yeah, let's see. We can talk about what we thought about working in a retail environment. So we can go. I'll popcorn to you, Joanna, since you work as one like in the past.
yeah. So I used to work at 2 retail stores, not at the same time, but like on 2 different occasions. One like 3 years ago or so, up until the pandemic when it started to happen, and then the other one was a little bit more recent. Started like last year and ended up leaving by March of this year.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
For my history for working retail, right now I'm currently one since this. Alright, I got rated by Matt Morrow.
Woo! Wait, let's go.
Ooh, thank you. Welcome,
Welcome,
Matt Morrow.
Raiders.
Oh, speaking of which, yeah, I'm currently working in retail for this year, only for 3 months.
Oh yeah.
Tatsumi said,
I
"Hey, I
also
was
want
just here."
to include something though. I also worked at a boba shop. It's not retail, but it's part of like,
Customers.
the customer service industry type of thing, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah. So I
yeah.
got like 3 different experiences right there.
Mm.
Oh boy.
Oh God.
That was also about like, that wasn't
Eh?
even 3 years ago. That would be like
Eh? Really?
4 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Not too bad,
I
but
would say
I'll never.
technically the the first retail job was also kind of like 4 years ago, but it was like months after the boba like experience.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I love boba. I really love boba, but I can never ever imagine like working in customer service to a boba shop. Like you think, at least from the stories I heard from you, like you would think it sounds nice, right? You like, oh, I'm doing something what I love, like
Mm-hmm.
making like I might as well get the secret ingredients to make my own boba.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard like dealing customers can be a bit like a whack and um especially not getting paid consistently
Mm-hmm.
through your checks. So
Mm-hmm.
that's not it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I could always talk about that experience first, and then I can go into like retail stuff.
Yeah, customer
Yeah.
service. First
Just
topic.
customer service. Oy. Yeah. So yeah, 4 years ago I used to work at, I can honestly say it, which places I've worked at, honestly. I'll name them because I'm like, they're all in the past. So I used to work at Kung Fu Tea.
Which
That's
is
the
my
tea.
favorite place.
That is the tea. I'm spilling tea on Kung Fu Tea.
Don't
Okay.
worry, we advocate tea since I love drinking tea as a
Mm-hmm.
jellyfish.
Okay, so like
Yeah.
4 years ago, I used to work at Kung Fu Tea.
Hmm.
Um, I had to train at a different location in order to work at the location I was supposed to work at.
Which is confusing.
Yeah, it was weird. I had to travel to a whole different place to train and then come back to the original store I applied for. So it was just
Right.
weird. Yeah, so like
Right.
my first day, I remember it so clearly now because it's just like the weirdest shit to deal with as like someone that has never dealt with boba at all. Like I've been a customer, I've been a consumer of boba, but like I've never like made boba the drink or anything. Probably
Hmm.
maybe like, you know, the at home like tapioca pearls and stuff, and then you use like condensed milk and stuff. I've only done that, but like actually make the boba was a lot different as an
Mm.
experience. So like my first day, I'm like walking in, like the manager at that training location booked me for like 3 shifts that week, and my first shift ever landed on a Wednesday for some reason. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I walk in because I have like morning shifts because I specifically chose morning over nighttime, honestly.
Right.
Especially when like that location was far from my home, so if I were to choose nighttime, it would be hard to take like the transit at night for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I just walk in, you know, clock in and stuff. Actually no, I didn't even know how to clock in because no one told me how to clock in. So I'm like, hey, I'm here, and then they're like, and like it's just like, hey, it's just like
What
that,
the
just hey.
fudge?
It's like no welcome or anything, and
Yeah.
then they're like, okay, go to like the register area and like sign in to the tablet to clock in.
Mhm.
So I was like,
Right.
how do you do that? And they're like, here, let me show you. And I'm just like, okay. And then like, they're like, do you know what to do? And I was like, no, it's my first day. I have no idea. And
Yeah.
like, they're like, okay, so you're gonna be on registers for today. And I'm like, okay then.
Oh
And
god.
so like the customer comes in, but I did not know how to use the damn register. So I like asked, how do you select, you know? Because it's like on a tablet thingy, kind of like a kiosk, I
Right.
guess. And like there's this particular order. I think it was like it's also like organized by like series. So it's like milk tea series, slush, um, just teas. What else is there? Like the wow milk or something like that. I don't remember specifically, but there's also like the fruit stuff as well. And I had no idea where everything was because like they told us to memorize the recipe. Mind you, I had uh I had the interview the week before with Kung Fu Tea, and they immediately that day sent me an email saying you're hired. And I'm like, oh, okay. And like I came in the next day on a Thursday to pick up like the recipe shit, you know,
Yeah.
for like all that other stuff. And then I'm just like, oh boy. And then there was also like they give you like the name tag thing for like, you know, it
Hmm.
says your name and it says like Kung Fu Tea and stuff. But anyways, it was just like, bro, I looked through the packet. It was 9 pages of the of just recipes.
Jeez, 9 pages front and like back to back.
Not back to back, it was just
Oh,
one-sided. But I was just like, one-sided pages. But I'm just like, this is still a lot, man, to
yeah.
memorize within a week, you know? Less than a week, actually. So I'm just like,
Jeez.
oh boy. So I had to like bring a recipe packet with me all the time.
Mm.
Did you stream F?
What?
Oh my god, it broke again. It split into
Damn it!
two. I
Why is it?
I'm monitoring your stream on the side. I'm just like, oh boy.
It did it again?
It yeah.
Oh
Oof.
my goodness. I saw it happen. It's just reconnecting. I guess it's just my internet.
It's either the internet or your PC's overheating or you have a bitrate issue.
Maybe. Maybe I
Yeah.
should look into that more.
Mm-mm-mm. But yeah,
Mm.
ongoing with this first day situation. Yeah, I had no idea how to select the damn things. So like they just reluctantly is like, all right, let me show you, and I'm just like, whoa, what the fuck, man. And then like I was training there for like 2 weeks or so, or 3 weeks at that particular location, and like I kept on asking, how do you use the machinery? And no one fucking taught me. So I was stuck on registers the entire time, and they were just fucking complaining how I wasn't making any damn drinks. And I'm just like, well, I need to learn how to use the machinery in order to make the damn drinks, you know?
Right.
So I'm just like, and you're not teaching me. So I'm like, bro,
Which doesn't make
dude,
sense.
yeah. So like you complaining about me not being able to make drinks is just like, what the fuck, man? And they like say you should have been able to make drinks by now, which is like, bro, the fuck?
Mm.
You good? Yeah. And then like after that, I got moved to the actual location I was supposed to work at, you know, and they were like having a grand opening, so that's why I was like training at a different location. It's not really weird since the actual location was still being renovated and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So I was like, okay. They actually had like a designated like 3 or 2 days to like take all of us like employees and walk around the store and get to know all the equipment and stuff and like where everything is at, where all the stock is.
Mm.
Yeah. And it's just like, okay, and then how to do certain things and like what temperature should the tea be at and all that. Yeah. And like
That's
where the ratios
good.
on how to do that. So
Mm.
yeah, finally I was able to get to learn how to use the damn machinery when I got to that location.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't end there. Because it was getting close to college, I was like dealing with college things and like also having to schedule a time with work study, like talking to a professor and work out a work study schedule with them. So I'm just like multitasking and shit, dealing with
God.
college things before college even started
Oh.
for the semester. So I'm just like, and at that point, I kind of already forgot the recipes, so I was screwed from the beginning. I should have been like really like honing in on studying the recipes, but I'm just like,
Mm.
this is so fucking much, man. Like, you guys
Yeah.
have a huge, huge menu, and that does not even include the ice levels you do, and the sugar levels, and the amount of toppings you put.
Right.
Because the recipe changes depending on how much ice you want, how much sugar you want, and how many toppings you want, or no toppings at all.
Yeah.
It was so damn much. And also, hot drinks were also a different recipe.
What?
Yeah, hot drinks were a different recipe. There was also different sugar levels for hot drinks.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, so welcome to the boba world for Kung Fu Tea, where they have such a large menu.
So much sense of like why some of my drinks are not consistent, like by flavor and like the whole drinks.
Because it's like you have to do it by memory, and like we are all human. We cannot memorize over 50 recipes, okay?
That makes so much sense. Like
Yeah.
the times that I went, I'm here like it doesn't taste
It's
like
not
what it was like
consistent,
two
right?
weeks ago.
It's never consistent because like we're like there is like a recipe on standby actually, but like they will shit on you for using that actually.
Hmm.
Okay.
See Pandora.
I'm just looking
Hi
at your chat
Pandora.
right now. Currently, those commands don't work in her chat for our podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, in podcast there's no disturbance
Mhm.
unless it's a alert system.
Mhm.
I can hear it. Pandora say "kuso." Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. We might play games later.
Maybe.
Maybe stream. Maybe,
Well,
but
we'll end the stream and then restart a new stream.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
And that should work my commands for Twitch integrated
Mhm.
drawing system.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, like over the course of time, I didn't work at that location that I was supposed to work at for too long because in the end, the managers really sucked. I mean, the coworkers and all were cool, but like I wasn't close with any of them at all. And like the final straw was when the store manager told me to see them, and they were telling me that, oh, we've been recording your progress on how long you've been working here, and like, you know, yada yada yada, all your performance stuff. And it's like we've noticed that you haven't been really making any drinks. You've been mostly like doing things other than making boba.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, it was also like a joint store.
Right,
Yeah, it was.
until it shut down.
Yeah, it shut down. The joint store shut down. So I was also like doing like the joint side of stuff too. So I was like busy doing that stuff because that was the more popular thing than the drinks, honestly. That was what was
Yes.
keeping the business afloat. So I don't know why they got rid of it. Suddenly, all of like out of nowhere, they got rid of it. Not when I was working, but like literally years after I
Just
left.
recently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more recently. So I was just like, bro, what the fuck? It's like
Mm.
their stuff, the joint store food wasn't that bad, actually. It was pretty decent.
It was very decent,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was pretty decent for, I mean, it was a little overpriced, but like,
It
you know, not gonna lie, it
was
was pretty expensive for the food there.
That's true.
Yeah.
It was a perfect spot for you to go with your friends and eat like
Yeah, it had a big enough area to like just sit down and talk.
I remember from high school, I will grab like a bunch of group of friends
Mhm.
and go to there and just to eat and drink boba.
Yes.
I would say Kafuti is one of like the places where it hosts like a lot of memories because I'm like, oh my god, why did
Mhm.
they have like the decoration, the wall stickers, still have it, the
Yeah, they still
name.
have everything. Like the sign is still there with the joint store. It's just like, dude, it they don't have it anymore. And like, what's the point of having this big of a lot for just boba? For heaven's
Yeah.
sake. Yeah. But like
Oh,
back to the
heaven.
damn story of Kung Fu Tea. So like talking with the store manager, and they like, okay, we just need you to like work more shifts so you can get used to like making drinks and stuff. And they suggested that I start working during weeknights, so like
Mm.
during the weekdays Monday to Friday, I start working the night shifts. Mind you, I have 8 a.m.s.
Oh
Because
God.
this is when this talk was already like a month into my semester starting. And like, and also they also claimed that like, oh, you weren't working enough shifts too. I'm like, I'm sorry, you've been only booking me one shift a week.
That's
You're the
not.
one that's booking my shifts. I'm not the one that's booking the shifts.
Mhm.
So how it's like, why are you complaining about me not working enough shifts when you're the one who's making the shifts, you know?
Right.
I'm just like, why, huh? Like, that was all
What?
in my head. It's like, why? But I had to keep my composure, you know, be professional, and be like,
Right.
yes, I hear you, I hear you. And then they're like, all right, you can go back home and think about it, you know. So I took 5 minutes to think about it as I walked back home. I took 5 minutes. I'm like, you know what? I'm quitting. Because
Yeah. Cause
they
like.
already knew that my schedule, I can't work during weeknights. They knew that I have 8 a.m.s, but they still said, yo, why not work weeknights? Because, like, mind you, um, cleaning the entire store takes like 2 hours.
Right.
And also, like, even if I get home by like 12 a.m., I still have to shower, like, including wash my hair, and my hair will be still soaking wet by the time I hit the bed, which is
Yeah.
not fun with sleeping with wet hair, because you're not allowed to do that, because that will cause,
Yeah.
like, some headaches here and there, you know. It's not healthy for you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And not healthy for your hair as well.
Yeah. So it's just like, bro, the reason why it was just like I had to wash everything down is because there was a strong smell of oil because we had to deal with fried foods.
Right. Oh
So
no.
like my clothes, my pants just stunk this terrible oil smell, you know? Like
Yeah.
fried oil smell.
I completely
and they
forgot.
and they
Yeah.
claim that they have the most like innovative ventilators that will suck out most of the smell, you know. It's still there. My god. It's like the newest of the new. It's so much better than the old ones, and I'm just like, I don't think so. It's still stuck around. My hair smelled like it. My clothes smell like it. I don't think it's really doing much of an effort, you know.
Right.
So yeah. So that's why I refuse to work during night shifts, cuz I need that beauty sleep and also the energy to be able to go to school and sit in class and pay attention, you know? Because
Yeah.
school is more important for me at this point. I need my grades.
Right.
And like midterms were like in 2 weeks at that point. So I'm just like, yeah, I'ma quit. Fuck
I'm
this.
quitting. Yeah.
Yeah.
God. Customer service and like food,
But yeah.
like fast food is
Yeah.
slash
I mean,
boba is
if I
not it.
remember some customer stories, there was one customer story that stuck out with me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was this. I was like doing all the food stuff that day, and this mother was like, "What's taking so long?" Like, which is reasonable. What's taking so long? Cause like there's like this little tablet that will say like, that will show like how long each order has been ordered, and since then they count the number of minutes, and it will show like green um to like red. If you're in the red zone, that's bad. They've been waiting too long. So like clearly
Oh,
this customer has been waiting too long, and the reason why they were waiting too long is because someone was still doing like juicing, like making juice out of lemons. You know, they were squeezing it.
what?
Hello, Victor. Um, hello,
Hello,
greetings
hello.
from Mexico. Thank you for the follow.
Ooh, nice follow.
Yeah. So yeah, the mother was like clearly really pissed off for waiting for that long. So I was like, I'm really sorry. The person who's making the drink is still doing the juicing stuff, and then finally they add like the final touch of the juice and like shake it and put in the cup and stuff. And like this mother had the audacity to say, "I have a child waiting in the car." Mind you, it was a
Wait.
really hot day, and you
Yeah.
already have a child in your hand in the store. You're saying you left a child, and you have two children, but you only took one child with you?
Who's supervising the other
Yeah,
kid?
who's supervising the other kid? If they're alone and it's hot and you left them in the car, what the fuck,
Oh my.
man? You know?
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
just like, okay. So, me in my head, my mindset is like, okay,
Mm.
I really apologize. You gotta keep on apologizing because this industry, you have to always apologize. The customer is always right somehow.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just like, oh man. So I'm just like,
Yeah, I don't know how this mother is mothering when one of our kid is like in a car.
yeah. I don't know
That's
if that was
weird.
like a thing to make us go faster and stuff.
No, that's how they do it. At least what I think. Like,
It's either
oh,
it's like they really had a child in there, or they just wanted us to make the process faster. It's like,
or guilt tripping you.
well, here's the thing. We use fresh lemons, and we have to like squeeze a lot of lemons to get enough in like the container for the
Hmm.
juice. Like
Right.
you can't just squeeze one lemon and then here you go. You need to have
Yeah.
enough supply for like to last other like drinks too.
Mm.
So yeah. So that's the only story that I got from like only customer story that I remember from that time. It's just
Hmm.
a weird part. Like the first part was more reasonable, like I understand you're frustrated because you've been waiting for that long. But then at the same time, it's like, bro, what the fuck, man? Kind of messed up to say you left a child in the car,
Hmm.
you know? It's kind of messed up to use that excuse. If that was fake, that was so fucked up to say that.
Yeah. Oh, this Lee72 said Matt.
Matt.
In my chat.
Nice. Okay, so
Um,
Victor said, "How are I happy because
I
Icon Bam Bam Pecun from EXO are coming to my city." Ooh, that's really cool. In Mexico? That's
yeah, I know, right?
nice.
Baekhyun. Oh my
Is it
goodness,
like
I haven't heard that
KCON or
name.
something? No,
K-Con.
no, no, no. I don't think
Mm.
it's KCON. Maybe it's like some sort of festival or like a
Mm.
concert. I
I
have
just
no clue.
realized Victor's name Wavy is like the SM Entertainment,
Weixin.
right? That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Mhm.
Now the
Mhm.
whole retail of like
Yeah,
working in a
boba.
fashion industry.
You know what's the petty thing I did?
Whoa, wait, what?
So before I turned in the recipe, like the recipe packet,
You have to
I
turn that in?
of course. Why would they want me to keep their secrets?
True.
Well, here's the
Yeah.
thing. I do have their secrets, their recipe. I scanned it and it's on my computer.
That's so
So,
funny. No way. No way.
I have a copy of the recipe now.
Bro, do you wait? No, I just have to DM you later. That
It
is
still
so
has
funny.
my notes and stuff too from that time. Yeah.
That's such a queen moment.
Because I'm like,
That is
I
why you're the
can't.
CEO. You're the CEO for a reason.
Oh yeah, the reason, like, before you like leave, you have to sign this like form why you're leaving, like the reason for quitting or something.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
But yeah, well, going back to like the whole like meeting after the meeting with the manager, it took me like 5 minutes to immediately decide that, you know what, I'm quitting, because like
Yeah.
I'm just like, fuck this. They don't even care about my well-being, because like if I have lack of sleep for like the rest of like that academic year, I would have passed out.
Yeah.
Honestly, somehow
Yeah.
I would have passed out from just exhaustion of like
Mm.
not having enough sleep, because like as a college student you already don't have enough sleep,
Mm-hmm.
and like on top in working at a boba shop and you do night shifts. I don't know how you do it, man. I need my beauty sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, but you know what was the audacity of the store manager though?
What?
um oh my god, I totally forgot to mention about this happened during like the meeting with me. He said, "Oh, my girlfriend also works here. No, like works at Kung Fu Tea, but like she also goes to the same school as you, and she still can do all these shifts. Why can't you do it?"
What the fuck?
Yeah, and I'm just like, what the fuck, man?
I would have been
Like, you
like, guess
can't just
what? I'm
compare
not your
two
girlfriend.
people like this. It's like, even if we went to the same exact college, that doesn't mean I have the same exact schedule as your girlfriend, you know?
Yeah.
Like, everyone has their own college schedule. And plus, I was dealing with running a club
Yeah.
at that time, too. I was a treasurer, I was part of the e board
Yeah.
of a club. So, like, yeah, I would have been having a lot on my plate at that point. So I was like, yeah, no, you're canceled. No. No.
You're canceled.
It's like, no, you're canceled. I'm done.
Mm.
So like when I got home, because the stupidest shit ever, like the whole like store group chat was on WeChat.
Mhm.
So I sent a WeChat message to him, not in the group chat, but directly to him. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
I gave it some thought. I'm gonna quit. It's actually
Yeah.
longer than that though. The whole thing was longer than that. I don't have the the message anymore. So it would have been funny if I could find a message
And you just reread it? That'd be
and like
so
reread
awesome.
it. But I don't think I have the message anymore of rereading. And like, you know what this motherfucker said in response? He's like,
What?
okay.
Oh, okay. So he doesn't care.
Yeah, it's like he didn't even give a fucking shit about it. So I'm just like, okay. So my next questions after that were like, are there any like forms or anything I need to fill out to like leave this establishment or anything? And it's like, yeah, yeah, just come in whenever and just like return the stuff. So I'm just like, all right. So yeah, I ultimately, like, I think later that week, I um, walked in and was like, "What's up?
Yeah.
Here to sign some shit, some forms." So yeah,
Yeah.
I filled out the form, and
Yeah.
it will ask, "What's your reason for leaving?" My reason for leaving is management issues and like issues with management and management not understanding my situation and my mental health and physical health.
Right. And then also neglecting the consideration of like how
Mm-hmm.
professional you have been, and then they're just like, yeah, no.
Yeah, no. Like, sure, I didn't do much of the drinks, but I did a lot of like the food stuff, you know? Like, I did a lot of the food stuff. Because no one else really wanted to do it. So I was over on that side. So that's why most of my clothes ended up stinking.
And no one wants to smell like those grease and oils.
Mm-hmm. It sucked
Deep fry ones
so
too.
much. Yeah. So yeah,
It's
that's
not it.
kung
But I'm
fu.
glad that you're out of that environment though.
Yeah. And all this happened in like 4 to 3 months, man.
Jesus.
So I didn't last there for too long. Because, like, I started working there over the summer, and then 1 month into, like, into my semester, it's just like, yeah, nope. Sounds like I'm a quitter, but, like, really, it's more like, do I see myself working here for, like, an additional couple months, you know?
Yeah, which is like a straight up no.
Which is no, because like I wouldn't say it's it's like it's not like a hostile environment, but I felt like they didn't appreciate me at all. I didn't feel appreciated, and also the store manager freaking had favorites, you know, like in the damn WeChat, it's like you're my favorite, you're my favorite, you're my favorite, and I'm just like, what the fuck, man?
You remember like friendship and relationships. Love bombing is a red flag.
Yeah, but I wasn't the favorite or anything, so they had favorites.
What?
So I'm just
Bruh.
like, that's why I did not feel appreciated, because you've had fucking favorites, and most of them were dudes.
Oh,
Because they were,
you,
the store manager was a guy, and like the guys that were working there were like just buddy buddy with him. So I wouldn't say it was sexist, because he also did have favorites, as in like female employees, you know?
Ew.
Yeah,
I don't know.
so-
This gives me the ick.
I don't know. He
But
was okay. The thing is, he's not like that much older than us. He was also in college.
what the heck?
Yeah. So we had a store manager that was also in college. So it was just like the entire management there was just like run by young adults, college students for that location. So I'm just like, bro, what the fuck?
It made sense why he didn't care if you left.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was thinking of some older dude, and I'm like, why? Wow, so
Well,
professional.
at least I'm better than him in terms of choosing a major. Because they were complaining about their major. They're like, I have a photography major. It makes no money.
Yeah.
And I'm just over here like, I was gonna go into that major, but I was like, no, I'll choose the business route, you know?
Which is slay moment.
I'll use photography as a hobby, you know? What is going on? What's going
What
on?
happened?
Your VTuber model was spazzing out. What is going on?
She's just happy to be here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, I can briefly talk about like my other experiences in terms of like retail. That I can also expose to, actually, in terms of where I worked at. The second job I've had was at Primark. And the location I was at was really big, actually. So it was also in like the heart of town. So I was just like, yeah. God damn. So it was really busy all the time. especially the weekends. My God. And I actually did this um, when I was still like having classes and stuff. So like I didn't have any Friday classes, so I was able to have like Friday shifts
Mhm.
and all the way to Sunday. So Friday to Sundays I had shifts. So I got hired like 2 months after I left Kung Fu Tea, actually. This is the whole
Mhm.
timeline. It was like about 2 months after Kung Fu Tea. I got hired at Primark and started working there. And they
Oh,
had
yeah.
like 2 days worth of training for us, actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
two
Doesn't
days
sound
worth
too
of
bad.
training. So like, because it's such a large location too, so like
Mhm.
it makes sense to do all this. Um, Folding clothes. I was a pro at it because I've been folding clothes my whole damn life. Asian
Yeah, yeah.
parents has been put in that mindset. It's like you gotta fold your own clothes, man. Whenever you do the laundry, fold your own clothes.
Mhm.
So I was a pro at folding clothes. Though they had like a specific way to fold clothes, but I nailed that anyways, cause like I got this, man. The
Right.
only issue I had was like dealing with the registers and stuff, cause I wasn't used to like facing and talking to people, and like
Mhm.
I was hired as like a seasonal employee at first, cause
Oh,
for
yeah.
Christmas and stuff.
Mhm.
So we were training for that, and I had like long hours. Actually, I worked like 8 hours during seasonal time, so literally like I think, was it during, no, I don't think I had any Fridays during that time.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think I had any Friday shifts during that seasonal time. I only had like Saturday and Sundays, that's it, which was good. Because I don't think I would have wanted to work Friday, like from 12 to 8. Because, like, god dang, that was crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah. But, like, overall, after seasonal, after seasonal, you had the choice to whether you want to leave or want to continue working there for like
Mhm.
a more permanent type of schedule. So I chose to continue working a more permanent schedule. So that's why I was able to work the Friday to Sunday, but with slightly less hours. I think like 5 hours or 6 hours.
Mhm.
So it wasn't too bad. I think it was like 6 hours. Yeah, it was like 6 hours. 6 hour shifts. Not too bad, yeah.
Mhm.
Compared to the 8 hour shifts that I did. Um, Overall, the experience there was so much better than what I had at Kung Fu Tea. I was like literally like mind comparing the two experiences I've had throughout that time. I'm just like, despite the fact how shitty the shop can be, the management, the supervisors, amazing. They were
Mhm.
everyone was nice. Coworkers was nice.
Oh,
It
I
was
got a
awesome.
follower.
Ooh,
His
nice.
name is Mommy Sebastian. Thank
Mommy
you for the follow.
Sebastian.
Yeah,
Quite a
yeah.
name. Yeah.
That's a very new one. But I 100% agree with you on the
Mhm.
like on experience wise.
Mhm.
Cause before I started working retail environment, I still
Mhm.
work there, so I can't really expose them. Um, but my past job before I was in retail was an after school teacher.
mm.
And I felt so relatable when you said unappreciated,
Mm.
because in my workplace, it's like a small program, like community, where it's like
Mhm.
I think it's a well established as an after school thing, but it's mostly like for Asian children.
Mm. Yeah.
So for them to learn like Mandarin, um basic needs like ABCs,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
English.
I used
But
to do something like that too in high school.
yeah, it's fun. It's
Yeah.
really fun, but like, oh my God. So how I got hired was because when I was volunteering, one of the coworkers at the time I had saw my potential to become a after school teacher. So
Mm.
she nudged the one of the boss guys. I call him boss guys, but he's not
Mhm.
really.
Yeah.
But he is the wife of the person who founded the
Mm.
program.
Mhm.
But um because his English is better, and he's not Asian himself, so he
Mhm.
runs like the business more than his wife, who's an Asian person, and she only does like dance and stuff like that. Um, so my coworker at the time nudged him, saying like, "Hey, you probably want to hire this person, aka me, because they have like passion in teaching. Like, I don't see why you want to give up on that." So eventually he interviews me, but like it's not as professional. It was just really casual too. Like as he's talking to me, like, so do you have any experience? I was like, no, not really. Well, I volunteer here, and he's like, okay, how about teaching background? I'm like, I volunteer here, and he goes like, any previous experience? I was like, I volunteer here, and then he's like, okay, cool, we'll hire you. I'm
Oh
like,
my
okay.
god. Dude.
Yeah, and then I worked there I think almost two no almost 2 or 3 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because it was in my junior year high school, and then I worked, was it junior, no, sophomore year, then junior, senior, yeah, 2 or 3 years. um and then I felt underappreciated because like I was
Mhm.
literally placed in like younger kids, so I've never placed in like fifth grade to
Mm.
sixth grade. So I overestimate like my students because they're so smart.
Mhm.
So I literally put the effort into making my worksheets like from Google Docs, like from
Mhm.
scratch.
Yeah.
Especially for kindergarten, I would put like fonts for them, like dot fonts, so they can
Mhm.
trace it to practice their handwriting.
Mhm.
And some kids were so lazy and they were like, oh, I don't want to trace. But it's like, it's
Mhm.
good for their hand motion, their motor skills. And then they kept, okay, so my boss at the time was like, these are too hard for them. I'm like,
How is
tracing?
it too hard? What the fuck?
Yeah. And then I was just like, I'm not like them. So what they did was like, they would make accounts on these online learning stuff.
Mhm.
And you would basically find worksheets and just print it off, and that's all. Like nothing new. So apparently, before I was working as like a kindergarten teacher, the previous person who quit, I keep printing the things that they already done. They recognize it. They have strong memory core. they're like, they're like, oh, Miss Jelly, like I already done this one. Like we did this like a month ago, and I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, yeah, Miss Blank did this. We already done this already. Too easy. And then they like zoom it in. That's why I started making my own worksheets.
I see.
Yeah, so I made my own worksheet so they can't complain.
Mhm.
But sometimes things get hard. I try to teach them like math, like teach them like what is a penny, what is a nickel, what is a dime, what is a quarter. Nothing too much. Like I just taught them like what's quarter plus a quarter, 25 plus 25. At least
Yeah,
they
yeah,
can do
yeah.
that.
Mhm.
But when I was teaching the concept, they do not understand money. Like I get that. It's just like I was more teaching them of like how to plus math
Mm.
occasionally when that comes in. Um, so yeah, I felt underappreciated where when they said like what I'm doing is too hard for them. I'm like,
Mhm.
that's the purpose though. Like as a teacher, you're supposed to try to push them where out of their comfort zone. If they keep being on their comfort zone, there's no growth, there's no development. Like I understand you have a soft spot for these children because these are your customers' kids, but like you gotta know that they need to step up for it in order to learn. Like if it's too much, I understand, but like what they're complaining is laziness. Like tracing is not that
Yeah.
hard. Like
Kids are like that though. Like
yeah, and then I would do like ABCDs and spellings too. That's a whole new story as well,
mhm.
where they complain about like I don't want to write sentences. I don't want to make sentences. It's like, sweetie, you're doing like 4 word sentences. Like I see a cat. I like donuts.
I mean, not gonna lie, I've done something similar to that, but not like making my own worksheets for kids. More like I did this for like 3 summers in a row,
Mm,
where I volunteer at this like summer school place, you know,
mm.
and these kids, oh boy. The older
Oh
ones were
God.
pretty rowdy. The older ones were rowdy, but like the younger ones were also rowdy, but like
Mm.
I got into their head like sit down. Like they thought I mean, no, I was also quite patient with them too. Like they
Mm.
actually preferred me as their counselor over the other teenagers that were counselors at the time. Because I was also
Right.
the youngest too at the time. Because, like, I started there right after I got out of middle school. So I was like 14 when I started doing this.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I was
Yeah.
like literally one of like the youngest literally there. And like
Mm.
I also like brought in like my friends um, at that time, you know, the from last week, you know, the
Mm.
toxic friends, not toxic,
Mm-hmm.
but like the ones that ended up treating me like a wall. I introduced them to here to get their volunteer hours here too.
Mm-hmm.
And like at that point, I kind of already got the feeling that they weren't like so close with me, you know, but like I kind of just like helped them get hours through there, at
Mm-hmm.
least. But yeah, I never got a thank you or anything for helping them out, like getting them a recommendation and stuff.
That's
So
mad
yeah.
annoying.
But yeah, I dealt with the younger kids, never
Mm-hmm.
older than third or fourth grade. Like younger
Well,
than
I
third or
mean,
fourth grade, kind of like you. So I dealt with the younger kids because the older counselors were like, "Yeah, I'm not dealing with that shit." Not literally like word for word, but like I'm not dealing with them. You can deal with
yeah.
them. So I had to deal with them because they thought I had the patience. I do have the patience because apparently I'm like a saint to
Mm-hmm.
these kids. Like I'm super just nice and all, and I'm just like, you better not take advantage of that because I will become your devil, your worst
Oh God.
nightmare if you
Yeah.
anger me. So, um, but overall, because I was there, they actually behaved okay.
That's
Some of them
cute.
were pretty rowdy, but I'm just like, sit down.
Yeah, I
Sit in
felt
your
this. I'm the
seat.
same way.
You know? It's like, sit down, sit in your
Mm.
seat, stay there. I will get to you soon
Mm.
after I'm done helping out. Because I was the only one helping out with these kids. Because they were also in like a separate room.
Mm.
Like all the older kids were in like the main room, the main
Right.
big room. All the younger ones were like in this smaller like room where
Mm-hmm.
like honestly they were cute and all, but I'm just like, oh
They're a
boy,
hassle.
they were a hassle, man. Also, like some of them were like just turned 5, so they still were speaking like gibberish and stuff. So I'm just over here like, huh? Repeat that one more time. Which I'm like,
Bro.
are you even in kindergarten? It's like you just turned 5. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
are you in kindergarten yet? In which I'm like surprised that they allowed like 5-year-olds to go there too. I'm just like, I guess you gotta start education early with these kids, you know?
Yeah, like, gotta start them young, kind
Yeah,
of, or,
yeah.
or
But
like as
like
long as they're still young.
but like there was this one particular like 5-year-old that was so adorable, like the sweetest little kid. And like one
Mm-hmm.
time they fell down on the playground and I had to help them with their boo boo, you know?
Aww.
Yeah.
God, like this is like a weird time, like not a weird time, but weird stories where, as a teacher, like there's so many kids who wants to be your partner. They're like, I want to be Miss Jelly's partner. Like, I
Oh
want to
no,
be
I
Miss
never
Jelly's
got
partner.
that. They were like, I
Oh,
wish you
really?
were my sister, you know?
Oh,
More
that
like that.
that too. No, for sure.
But like,
They're like,
I'm
I
okay
wish you
with
were
the
my older
sister.
sister.
I thought, yeah, it's like, I already have a brother. I don't need to deal with another younger sibling. Well, I had to like politely decline that. I was like, you have your own siblings. I was like, isn't
Yeah.
your younger sibling or older sibling already okay? And some of them like were like, oh no, my older brother sucks. Not gonna lie. Well, they didn't say not gonna
That's
lie,
so cute.
but they're
Yeah.
like, I don't like my older brother. He kind of like bullies me, and I'm like,
Sorry to hear
well,
that.
sorry to
That's
hear
rough, buddy.
that. It's kind of rough, but like
Mhm.
as you get older, they will be better. Well, at the
Right.
time, my brother was like 10, so like he was an annoying kid. So I have no comments on my brother,
No comment.
cause I had to deal with him as a student
Mm-hmm.
when I didn't work with the young kids until like the 2 years, the last 2 years. Like my first year there, I was helping in the main room because I was like still new to it and stuff. And my brother went there as a student, and
Mm-hmm.
I had to like deal with him, you know? It's like
Mm-hmm.
I had to like walk around and make sure all these kids are doing their worksheets, you know, the math worksheets and like the reading slash English worksheets.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I'm just like looking at my brother. I'm like, you good? Are you good? Are you, do you get this?
And he just starts sniffling. He's like, yeah.
No, he was like, leave me alone. Literally, he's like, leave me alone.
Oh,
Because like, he doesn't like the fact that his sister was just there.
oh,
But
he's just
also, like, at the same
embarrassed.
time, we had like a distant relative that also went there too. It's like our cousin's cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, two of them, cousins.
Oh.
Yeah, so like the two brothers, basically. They were about a year apart actually, so it was pretty interesting. But yeah, I remember I met them when they were like wee kids, little kids, like around my brother's age. So it was just weird to see them like around my brother age, like
Mm-hmm.
10 or 11 at that time. I think my brother was 11, not 10.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember now. Math is weird.
Math is weird.
Math is weird. But yeah, I remember that. But man, those two kids were so damn annoying. Because they remembered me as like their cousin's cousin. Because
Mm-hmm.
we share a cousin. That's why. But
Mm.
like, man, I remember. And like, one of the brothers was so obsessed with Kirby. They brought their plushy Kirby with them all the damn time. Every single day for that year. Like after that my brother left. Like after that year my brother left and the two brothers left, so they didn't go again. Which thank God. I would have
Mm-hmm.
lost my marbles at that time if I had to deal with them another year. Like all
Yeah.
three of them. My God. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen recent pictures of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because now my brother is 19. He's gonna turn 20 this year, and since
Your
those two,
brother is gonna turn 20?
yes, he's gonna be 20. Yeah. So
Oh, wow.
yeah. So like because those two brothers are also like around the same age as my brother, like I think one of them is the same age as my brother and the other one is like a year younger. I'm like, "Oh my God." I saw pictures of them recently and I'm just like, "That's them?" I don't recognize them.
Mm-hmm.
They're not the kids I used to remember anymore.
Oh my god.
What happened to the rowdy kids that I used to remember? They're so tall now. They're taller than me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, God dang. Also, this is so off topic from retail.
No, that's
Retailing.
okay.
Cause no, this is related because it's
Yeah.
jobs now. Jobs in
Jobs.
general.
Yeah, yeah.
Job stories. I'll change the title of this to job stories.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly. Like either it's internships or like volunteer jobs or like
Mm-hmm.
anything, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. God. I was just like, dang. These kids are. Because I've seen my brother grow up. He's not that tall. He knows that.
Mhm.
It's not an insult to him. He's not that tall. Not gonna lie.
Mhm.
He's not that tall. For a guy who's 19, he's really underweight too. So,
Oh.
yeah. He's a really picky eater. We are not. It's not like we're not feeding him enough. It's like literally, he's such a fucking picky eater. And like, we've been trying to fix his pickiness since he was a kid, but it never got fixed. You know? Like, he refuses to eat his veggies. He only likes meat, so he's a full carnivore.
Oh my god.
Like, barely any veggies. And so I'm just like, dude, you need some vitamins. So that's why my mom has been starting to get him, like, supplements, vitamin supplements.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Angry Canadian says veggie K.
Veggies K. Literally.
I'm
But
also
yeah.
a picky eater, but not as much anymore. But
Oh, I used to be
yeah.
a hella picky eater too. I mean, I'm still picky because I am more like wary of my own allergies. That's
Mm-hmm.
why. Because, like, I have, like, a weird allergy that I've explained to you before. But yeah. Ugh. It's so weird. But also, I have, like, this weird digestion issue I have right now. So, I can't really eat too many things.
Mm.
So I'm like, all this good food I can't really eat now.
Mm.
Ugh.
It gets overwhelming when I heard like when you can't digest these systems because you want to eat like what you want to eat, but then when it
Mm-hmm.
upset your stomach, then it's like, oh my god, my consequences.
Yeah, so I'm probably planning on getting some like pills to like a 14-day type of pill to like fix the stomach issue
Mm.
in hopes that I can be able to eat things normally again without having to have like the need to like belch so much, throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. But because like I also have to like suppress the amount of belching, it also causes me to feel like I want to throw up. But
Yeah.
it's not really a throw up. It's just because it's the built up of like gas in my esophagus and trying to like
Mm-hmm.
you know come out as a form of a burp, but just
Yeah.
can't come out as a burp.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, it looks like I'm choking or like just like a gag reflex, but like really I'm just trying to control a burp.
Yeah.
So that's why the other day I was dealing with shit. That's why.
Mm.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Mhm. It was just
Luckily, at the time, got water for you.
water. Well, water didn't really help settle it much.
Oh.
Because I feel like it probably added more volume to my acid and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Though it should have neutralizes it, but that sucks. Yeah, I hope I can fix it.
Mhm. Hopefully, to wish you the best, of course. It's
Mm-hmm.
not easy.
I mean, I
Oh, I'm trying to
had to
think of
deal with
retail.
this like 2 months ago too, so I'm like, I wonder what triggered this thing.
Mm,
Because it's been going on for like, well, actually, it's been going on and off for the past 2, 3 weeks, like kind of on and off. Like, I had periods within these 3 weeks where I can eat stuff normally and I will
mm-hmm,
be fine. But
mm,
then there are times where I eat something again and then it reacts again, you know?
mm.
So I don't know why. So I'm just like, I'm gonna refuse to see a doctor because I don't think I have an issue. It's probably some
Yeah.
bad food I had like a couple weeks ago that hasn't been like solved or anything.
Mm.
But yeah. Back with the the other stuff that we actually really have to talk about. Retail.
Oh yes.
I think I
The
can, yeah,
uh,
Primark.
yeah.
Primark stuff, yeah. Primark was really, really nice. Everyone was nice. And then the second job I worked at, not the second job, the second retail job I worked at was at TJ Maxx, actually. Yeah. That one was in a combination store with home goods. Yeah, home goods.
Mm-hmm.
So it was quite interesting because um, this was when I was desperate for a job because I needed to find a job because I was out of college. I graduated and I had student loans to pay off. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like freaking scrambling for a job. And like, I initially did not want to work part time at any like retail or boba shops or anything because I'm like, I want to get like a legitimate job um, to be able to pay off things. But then like, I went through so many different interviews, applied to so many jobs, sent
Mm-hmm.
so many applications, and just zero, nothing, you know?
Mm.
Like never getting hired or anything. So I ultimately just like went and succumbed and applied for TJ Maxx because I had a
Oh
friend that was
boy.
working at the particular location I worked at,
Mm-hmm.
a college friend. So I was like, hey yo, I guess I'll work there, you know, in hopes of being able to see my college friend. Turns out they don't work at TJ Maxx, they work at the home goods side, so I barely saw them.
What the heck?
Yeah, yeah. But like,
Wait,
they're,
you don't work in the same area at home? It's like different
um,
section? That's
well, no,
weird.
it's one large store, but it's split in half. One side is Home Goods, the other side is TJ Maxx.
Mm.
And like the registers is they share the registers basically
Mm.
as a combined store. So it works that way. But like I barely saw them like once in a while I see them, but like it's hard cuz they sometimes um depends on the shift, you know. For
Right.
me, I had like a specific like time period that I work at, and then they also have a
Mm.
specific time period that they work at. So they end up leaving um like when I come into work, they only have like an hour or two left of their shift. So I'm just like,
Uh,
kind of sucks, you know.
mm-hmm.
But yeah. Overall, the managers were also really nice there, and like the coworkers were also really nice too. So, and also like if I had any questions, the managers were able to be there to help me. The only
I
downside of working at TJ Maxx was trying to get customers their rewards, their credit card program. They really emphasize on getting those rewards.
Mhm.
I'm not kidding. Like, there were training videos on how to incorporate rewards into your conversation with a customer. If you're on the sales floor, you must try to convince them by like sprinkling in about like, oh, if you were to get this and you have like and you open a rewards card today, you get that this much percent off, And I'm just over here like, dude, yeah, no one's really gonna do that. Who the fuck would do that? Other than
That makes so much
like,
sense.
like, especially on the TJ Maxx side, no one's gonna do that except for like, if they're purchasing jewelry, If they're purchasing clothing, you're not gonna pop in like a little sly of like, hey, we got a rewards program if you want to join. Like, it's kind of stupid. But if you're buying jewelry, which is a little bit more expensive, it's more beneficial to like have a rewards card.
Right.
And same thing with like furniture on the home goods side. It's beneficial for them to like pop in like a little sprinkle of, hey, we got a rewards program. If you open up a account right now and you open up a card, you can get 10% off, you know, on the first
That makes so
purchase.
much explaining like to like where I'm working. They always be like, it's not a credit card, right? I'm like, no. I
Mm-hmm.
never understood where they got that idea from.
It's because some stores use this gimmick of calling it a rewards card when really it's a credit card. which
That's
is
so
why
weird.
which is why I thought it was kind of fucked up, in my opinion, kind of fucked up to call it a rewards card when really you're not really building up rewards. Honestly, sure, you have to buy like, okay, so the thing about the whole reward system is like you first punch in like your information when you sign up, and like they're gonna check your credit score and all that other stuff when you open up. Actually, no, they don't really have to do that. You just type in your social and all that other stuff, and then it will tell you if you're approved or not.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then it will like print out this really long receipt where it has your information for like temporarily to use as a card, before the physical card gets mailed to you. But like, dude, I still don't know how you use the 10% thingy, because it's like it has like this weird like stamping thing machine that you gotta go through. And I just like have no idea. Out of the entire time I've worked there, I think I've gotten like only like 2 or 3 rewards.
Mm.
That's it. And like they have a quota they expect, the managers expect you to, not expect you, but like expects the entire store to reach this goal of, I don't know, for example, 5 rewards per day. It's not bad, but really, it's really hard to get a rewards customer. Super hard. Like, the amount of times you have to ask is just like, you gotta ask, you have to like somehow like ask or like insert into the conversation like 3 times, and if they give you 3 no's, then you can stop. Which I'm like, that's kind of stupid. I just kind of want to do it 2 times, okay? Why 3
Yeah.
times? Just do 2 times.
guilt trip the customers. You sure?
Yeah, it's like, are you sure? And it's like, no. I mean, I guess you can do a third. I was like, are you really sure? No. But yeah, most of the time they're like, oh, I already have a rewards card, or like, I don't want to open another credit card. I have too much.
Mhm.
You know, that's the common thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, ugh. Other than that, it's pretty okay, like working there, except for some customers actually. Specifically, I remember one story where actually no, there's a couple of stories coming out of TJ Maxx now.
What?
um,
Mhm.
okay, so the first story is I was working at jewelry for this particular shift,
Mhm.
and I was organizing jewelry here and there because like the boxes get like the earring boxes get really just scrambled up, so I
Oh,
gotta organize stuff.
understandable. Yep.
Mhm. Mhm. So I had to organize it and stuff, and this customer comes up to me and like says excuse me and like starts waving at me like like flagging me down, and like they were just giving attitude the entire time as if they were like better than me, like a snobby person. And like there was a coworker that was nearby
Mhm.
that saw this interaction, and they're like, hold on, like wait,
Mhm.
because I could not open the case yet because I had to give, because
Right.
the keys had the like a magnet thing to like unlock the bags,
Mhm.
the handbags. So like the magnet
Mhm.
thing to hold the like to unlock handbags, and then the jewelry case keys, but then also it had the perfume case keys all on that like wristlet basically. And I had given the coworker the the keys to like do the jewelry, not the jewelry, the handbag stuff, because they had to put back handbags. And the customer came over, is like, excuse me, can I look at this? And
Mhm.
like, and like, I was like, sorry, I just gave away the keys to my coworker who's working on handbags, but they should be back shortly with the keys. That's why I said, and they were just so damn impatient. It's like, now. And just
God
like,
damn.
yeah. And like, they were just like, hello, are you listening?
Mhm.
Yeah. And like, the audacity. This person started talking on the phone, and like, oh my god. And like, when the coworker came over, they
Mhm.
heard all this, and they're like, wait, like they she's a godsend, because like she gave a little attitude to that customer, because like they kind of deserved it. The
Mhm.
customer kind of deserved it for giving me attitude, because I was just being super nice and like actually like accommodating to them. And yeah, I received the keys, and like she the coworker was telling me like, it's like, you know, when customers are like this, you gotta like defend yourself, man. Like, you can go against them if you want.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay. Um, so like they were just like pointing out something, and like I was like there's like a top level and a bottom level. I had no idea where the fuck they were pointing to. So I was just like, is it this one? And they're like, no, it's the one below. And I'm just like, okay. So I just grabbed that one and like place it like carefully on top of the case for them to check out, and they're like, okay, I'll take that. And then it's like, also, can I look at this necklace? So I was just like, all right, here you go. And it's like, okay, I'll take that. And then it's like, and like they were still on the damn phone when this happened. Okay.
Customers on phones.
Yeah, they were still on the damn phone, talking on the phone. So they're like, bring it over there, which is like, the register area. But like they walked past the register, and like I guess they weren't saying anything. They were just pointing. So I was just like, so do you want me to save this or what? And they just walked into like the beauty section and stuff. So I had no idea. So I just saved their stuff there in case they wanted to come back and buy it. And like they never came back. So
What the hell?
yeah, so I just put away their shit back because I was like, what the fuck, man? So I went
Yeah.
through that just for you to like not buy the jewelry.
Yeah.
Bro.
That's a dick move.
Jesus. Yeah.
I don't like
Another
when
story.
customers on the phone.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
angry Canadians said fight them.
Fight them, yes. Yeah. But yeah,
If it
there's.
works, it works.
Okay. What else was there? What was another story? Oh, there was this other story where there was this grandma that came in and demanded for her like sweater or something. I forgot what was the clothing, but like demanded for it to be discounted. And the whole reason why she wanted it to be discounted is because she saw at another TJ Maxx that it was discounted, so she wanted the same discount.
What the heck? But there's no proof. Where's your proof?
Yeah, so I, of course, could not handle this situation alone. So I first reached out to a coordinator, which is quote unquote a supervisor at the front.
Yeah.
I asked them, and they're like, "Of course not." It's like, we can't do that. And then I was like, "Can you explain to the customer instead of me explaining?" They're like, "Of course." So they had to explain it, and they're like, "Can I see your manager?" And I'm just like, we're both like, "Okay." So like they had to like walkie the manager, the store manager, to come over here. Like, hey, we have a situation where a customer is claiming that they saw a discount at a different store for a piece of clothing that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like we had to do a return for the person. The thing is, they didn't have a damn receipt. There was a tag, but there was no receipt. So like we had no idea. So like I was like, unfortunately, I can only give you a merchandise credit because you didn't have a receipt. Is that okay with you? And then it's like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the return and stuff, and like the store manager came and said that they can do the discount and stuff, but like at that point, the grandma was like, forget it. This is a stupid policy, and just left really angrily with her merchandise credit.
God damn.
Yeah, and like, man, the home goods person behind me was like, that was nutty. That was crazy. Like, what did she think she was like trying to get out of this? Like, we didn't know what was the discount or anything. We don't know how much it was marked down. So like, what the fuck, man? If she had taken like a picture or something, it still wasn't viable because like all TJ Maxx stores were different. That's why. Like we do markdowns differently at every single store. It depends on when the shipment came in, or like how long it's been out and stuff. Yeah, yada yada yada. But yeah, it was just the dumbest shit I've dealt with a customer at that point, because it's just like, it was just so weird.
Yeah.
And then, oh, I just remembered another one where there was this customer that wanted me to do returns, but here's the thing: it was like a cart full of like this like dinerware stuff, dinnerware stuff, you know, like china plates, or like really fragile stuff. And like, the thing is, most of the stuff was broken. So I was just like, or like it was just like slightly chipped. So I'm just like, how are we supposed to do a return for any of this, man? Like, we can't do a return on this. Like, clearly, it wasn't our fault that they broke all this stuff. It's definitely just them mishandling, like, how they put it in the car and stuff. And this kind of return, their stuff they bought, like, during Christmas, and I was doing the return for them, like, in, like, March or February at that point, and all Christmas stuff was already donezo, you know? No longer, like, we could not receive any Christmas things at that point. So, like, it was just difficult to do a return on that. So, like, we had to walkie a home goods manager to come over here to my register to check out if it's okay to do all this stuff. So it was just like so weird. And like, man, it was difficult to deal with that customer too, because they're like, fuck, this is broken, and fuck, that is broken. And I'm just over here like, what the fuck, man? This is crazy.
Karens and Kyles.
Yeah.
They are built different.
I have one last story to talk about, though, from TJ Maxx. This happened on my last day of work, actually.
Oh boy.
This is the craziest one, and my friend didn't work there anymore at that point, because they left like 2 weeks before me for their full-time job. So yeah. Well, their last day happened to be interesting too, because I was also working that day. Their last day ended up with a fire alarm going off.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and it was damn cold during that time. Like, it was really cold, so I was just like freezing. I was just like freezing my ass off at that point. But yeah, my last day was definitely very, very interesting. Like, I got like the goodbyes and stuff. It's like, we'll miss you, from all the managers and stuff. But like, this customer was very interesting from the get-go. They had, actually no, it was very normal. A cart full of stuff. Very normal, typical TJ Maxx thing to happen. A cart full of things. They came in. The thing is, the strange thing is, at TJ Maxx, there's like a bell thing that you press to, like, say, register number 1, you know, something like that, to like to go to your register. Like, it's just to get the customer to go to your register, like the little system announcement thing. I don't know what they're called. I forgot. But yeah, I do remember pressing my button, and this this customer rolls in with her cart full of stuff. So I'm just like, okay, I'll do you then. Because I was like, I don't remember hitting the button to get you over here, but okay. Actually, that kind of thing can be annoying if the customer is just waiting for you to just finish and then just swoop in and like put the stuff on there. Those are the most annoying customers. It's like, can't you just be a little bit more patient? Like, sometimes some of us have a break to go to, and like for you to just swoop in kind of takes away our break time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this customer comes in. I do the normal, like, how are you doing? Do you have a it's like, do you have a rewards card with us? And they're like, no. And it's like, would you like to sign up? And they're like, oh, no, 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 no. I was like, okay. And then I, like, scan all the stuff, and like they bought a lot of stuff, like a lot of dresses. So like the amount was really building up. Oh my god. Wait, actually,
What the?
yeah, hold on. I might have wrote it down on my phone. Because that was like very recent. Hold on, let me grab my phone
Mm-hmm.
for a sec.
Hello, Cass.
I think I wrote it in my phone as like a memo because like this was such a weird incident that happened. My god. Hold on. Let me look for it. Where is it? 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 Heh. Heh. Where did it go? Okay. It's I labeled it crazy last day at TJ Maxx.
Okay.
Okay. So, all right. Let's see. I can read it actually. This happened on March 18, 2023. That was my last day at TJ Maxx. Okay, around 2 p.m. to 2:30 p.m., a lady comes with a full cart of dresses and other items to my register, including a reusable TJ Maxx bag. I believe I didn't hit the button for her to come to me. All the registers were packed. She starts putting the items on the counter, and I start scanning and removing sensors on these items. Around the $250 mark, I asked if she has a TJX rewards card. She said no, but she wanted to sign up, except she forgot her ID. So I said, that's unfortunate. I then continued to scan items. Her total came to $1,511.72.
That's wild.
She had a huge stack of cash. They were all 20s. I counted in groups of $200. My manager was next to me and recounted the cash. She gave us $1,500, so $1,500. We said she owes us $11.72. Then she silently asked for the stack of 20s back to recount the amount. She asked a question to my manager if we can separately ship the items. She had an accent, so we couldn't hear her clearly, so we asked her a few times to repeat the question. As she repeats the question, she sneakily takes a huge chunk of the 20s and put it behind a reusable bag, though we noticed that she did that.
What the
We
fuck?
finally understood what she was asking. Clearly, we can't ship items to an address. The customer gives up and walks away with her money without any purchases. We were all shaken up by what just happened. The manager started cursing under her breath because she was super pissed off of what just happened. Apparently, this has happened in like neighboring TJ Maxx's in other towns in like during that past week of that time. So basically, the whole story was this woman was trying to scam us of our items, like, oh, what is it? Like shrinking.
What the?
Like a huge shrink, basically. Like they basically how how we figured out the 20s part of the 20s were gone is because some of the 20s were flat 20s, like straight up flat, and then the other 20s were like more like had more volume because they were kind of like crumpled up, not super flat and stuff, you know? You know what I mean? So they add more
Yeah.
volume and stuff. And we counted $1,500, but like this bitch really thought she did something and took most of the flat 20s
Mm-hmm.
and just hid it behind the reusable bag with the merchandise stuff, and really was left with only about like $200 in like the volume, like the 20s with like kind of like with volume and stuff. So
That's effing
because
wild.
yeah, so like it's a good thing we all caught on because like I had two people on registers nearby me, and they were also watching this situation too, and like we basically had eyes on this woman, and there was a fucking security camera above me anyways. It's
Yeah.
like what the fuck were you trying to pull, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I like we were just all shook at that point, like holy shit, we could have just lost a huge chunk of money for
Which
TJ
is good
Maxx.
too.
Yeah, we could have just lost a whole shit of money. Cause like, we thought it was just already weird that she asked for the money back to recount, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We're like, okay, whatever. And like, I think it was like her asking us a question that was when it was a distraction because we were basically like, you know, having our eyes on her because she was asking a question.
Yeah.
So she thought that we wouldn't notice that she would do something like that. But really, we all saw it. It was like in our peripheral vision.
Bruh.
Like, dude, like, we're not stupid. So yeah, that was like the craziest shit ever. Because that was also like in the middle of my shift, too.
That's
Right in
weird.
the middle of my shift. So I was just like, bro, way to end my last day.
The scamming stories are
Yeah,
weird.
it's so weird.
It just really makes me think about the time where I was just like, this one customer I told you about it. It's like this person's going to Italy and they bought 1,000 worth of
But
clothes.
did they actually pay all of it?
Yeah, they paid all of it. I
Yeah, that's
watched
the
it.
main difference, though. They at least paid. This person was gonna scam us out of us. Like, they were gonna have $1,000 worth of things and just give us only $200. You know? Thinking that we're not gonna count them 20s
What
again.
the
Bruh.
Yeah, she tried to be slick as a fox, but ends up
She wasn't
being
slick
nothing.
enough, though.
No, no.
So, yeah, that was my crazy last day. And that's my
Mm.
last story.
It's like retail stories are really funny because like you either encounter scams and then there's some like bizarre stories where they bought a bunch of clothing. Like I appreciate when customers recognize you, but I have no idea who they are. I had like these two couples who were like, "Oh, you were just like our ringer last month." I was just like, "Really?"
You know what's crazy though? Like I've
What?
at the particular TJ Maxx I worked at, I was able to recognize some of the customers because they had a rewards card, so they just frequently shopped there. So
Oh,
I'm just
that's
like, oh
like.
my god,
I have
dude.
many customers ask me out before. Like I told you a bunch of like some of the stories.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I told you one where um I'm part of the LGBT slay.
Slay.
So as so for those who doesn't know, my sexuality is pansexual. Just like a jellyfish. Your gender don't matter to me. As long as you're a good person, I'm fine. Um so in my school, my college, I in my friend group, I'm known as the straight baiter, meaning
Mm.
I dress really straight looking. But that's what we thought. At least that's what I thought until in second month of me working at my retail. There's this really sweet girl. I always remember her. She had like this beautiful red hair.
Mm-hmm.
Um and she has freckles and she only comes every Saturday, which I work. Um there are times where she one time okay she came with a friend, which I thought was weird. Usually she came by herself, and then when she was purchasing, I was in the first cashier. She was like letting people go front of her to get to me.
Oh.
I was like, yeah, I was like, okay, see, like to me that's an automatic like she wants to talk to me, but I wasn't thinking of like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, any wise other than that. Then she came to me and she was like, hi, like I just want this. Like she bought like only one t-shirt and her other friend had the matching shirt with her as well.
Mm.
And she was like, we're gonna pay separate, but I'm just gonna like talk, like go first and talk to you. And I'm like, okay, cool. I do my usual stuff like, oh hi, welcome to blank. Do you have an email with us? And she's like, yeah. Like she was talking very shyly at first.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought like, oh, maybe customer like anxiety,
Mm.
like talk because of like social interaction. And then afterwards, before I asked her for her payment, like card or cash,
Mm-hmm.
she was like, "Hi, I'm just wondering, like, your outfit's cute. I think you're cute, and like, oh, since we have a kung fu tea here, I was wondering on your break, would you like to go?"
Oh.
Yeah, and then
The
I was like,
Riz.
"Yeah, right." And then, of course, for some reason, my dumbass mind was like, "Oh my god, I'm getting complimented." Okay, getting compliments from a girl than a guy hits different. So, so I was like, "Of course!" And then she's like, "I also." And then when I said, "Of course," I had like the biggest smile. Then she was like, "I also have a crush on you," and then I was like, "What?"
uh.
I have the picture of the outfit I had on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she was like, I really like your outfit. And so that girl, she's part of the LGBT too, so she's a lesbian.
Mm. Ah, I
Yeah, so
see.
and she was like, yeah, I really have a crush on you since like a month ago. And I was just like, girl, you
Hmm.
crushed on me in 4 weeks. But sadly at the time, I was in a committed relationship, so I was like, oh no, I'm sorry, I'm in a committed relationship. I can't reciprocate the same feelings for you. Like I love my partner. You're cute. Um, but like I'm sorry. And so she's like, oh no, it's okay. And I can tell from her voice, like from her voice, she was very hurt. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was not single. So, her friend was telling her like as they're walking away after I go through her friend. She was like, it's okay. Like maybe hopefully she will like maybe find someone else like who's single for you. And before she left, I was like, oh, I'll see you next Saturday. She's like, yeah, see you next Saturday. Cause like I always see her there, but then since that day she never showed up.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like February. So,
Oh.
yeah, I felt really bad. But I hope one day she comes back. Or either because I don't know. But it felt weird because, like, either way, I couldn't say yes if I were in single, because she looked really young, like high school wise.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, so I was like,
Yeah, no.
I didn't ask her, but she looked really young. So I don't know if she's not or from high school or not.
Mhm.
I can't tell. But I wish like I wish like she still come, even if we could just been friends. We could have been besties.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I had a group chat at a time where before we kick out one friend, it's like a long story I didn't tell. I didn't have to tell you yet, Joanna.
Oh
But we had a
yeah.
friend who he was turned out to be like not a good person, but he was like, Julie, you are pansexual. Of course you're gonna rizz these ladies up. It was funny. I was like, oh, I didn't even notice because like I was like, y'all make fun of me being like a straight baiter.
Damn.
So yeah, they were like, yeah, because sometimes some days in person you dress as a straight person, but then there's some days like today you dress up as like a slay moment. So I don't know, it was really funny, and then yeah, but my friend's theory is because I was in a straight relationship, so that's why I dress straight. But I don't know.
I can't tell
But
the difference though.
yeah, me too. I was just like,
I was
close is
like,
close.
I mean, like,
But
I probably could. No, actually, no. It's gonna be hard to figure out, like,
mm.
who is like queer or who's not queer. You know,
Did you
like,
think I was part of the LGBT?
I didn't know that until I met you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like until
Oh.
we started playing games together, and then you casually just mentioned that. I was like, oh, I'm pan, and I was like, oh, cool.
Bad at like announcing some stuff. Like it's kind of weird. Like I had a conversation with my close friends, and they're
Mhm.
like, when you were dating your recent ex, you
Mhm.
literally nonchalant said, "Oh yeah, I'm dating him," and then the next day they didn't know it was a joke or whatever, so they were like, "Congrats," and I didn't reply. The next day, I sent them a link to TikTok.
Bro.
Really
That's
bad.
how
Like
you
I don't know.
introduce your relationship through a TikTok.
No, it's like
Dude.
I did it as like a blur. You know how iMessage has like a blurry thingy.
Mm.
I did that effect. So I covered it. So they had to swipe to see what I wrote, and I was like, I'm dating blank, and then they were like, they didn't know. They took them like 3 hours after I said that. They didn't know it was a joke or whatever. And then because one of my friend was confident that like we would not end up together.
Oh.
So that's why she was like she didn't know it was a joke or whatever. And my other friend said congrats. Then she wrote congrats.
Oh.
Yeah, but, yeah. I'm really stuck
Damn.
at like talking about myself in like in like oh hey I'm this and that. So to me sexuality is just like really nonchalant. Like I don't
Mhm.
really care. Not I wouldn't say I wouldn't care. It's just like if you're that, it's like I still be friends with you because you're my friend like that. And then, oh, one of the best thing about jobs in general is being close to managers. Cause I told you stories about my managers at my current
Mhm.
workplace. We were literally there's 6 of them, and they're so nonchalant. They're literally like older siblings for me, and except they have families and childrens. But um, I have this one goat manager, and he's been like he was here today while you visit too. I don't know if you saw him. He had like a cap on, jersey, jacket. When he saw me, he was like, "Hey yo, what is up?" And I'm like, "Yo, I feel so welcome every time I go to work because my managers always say hi to me." So I literally told my other best manager was like, "Hey, before I was working here, I was working as an after-school teacher, literally unappreciated." And she was like, "No, don't say that." I was like, "No, it is. I'm not joking. Like, I'm not haha joking." I'm like shedding a tear. Like, yeah, I feel so much like appreciated here um, than my previous workplace. Like, I generally love to work at my as a retailer. I don't really mind the customers because my manager was just like, if you ever need help, just call us walkie-talkie, and then we will handle it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when once a blue moon, like people will ask me out, and I have to call my manager because I felt uncomfortable.
Mm.
Especially after my horrible breakup. Um,
Mm.
so it's like it's frequently where it's like I'll get asked like every once 3 weeks, or like even the longest time, maybe like a month or something like that. Um, but there are times where like not even asked out. It's like, can I have your number, or like, can I have your snap? Mostly it's Snapchat. It's always Snapchat, and I'm like, I don't use Snapchat, so good luck, buddy. And then there are some guys who are like, okay, sorry, my bad. But then there are guys who are like really persistent. Then that's when I have to call my manager. Like, I'm uncomfortable, so they have to like kick him out, or either buy your things and leave, or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like that. I so far I haven't forcefully like let a guy like really be that determined, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, my manager's like, yeah, just always call us. Like, don't hesitate, because it's like it gets in, like it's like point harassment basically. So yeah, being asked out in while you're working is kind of weird now, because after experiencing it once, I'm like, never again. Like, you know, my situationship. How we first saw each other was literally at my work, so I'm like,
Oy.
yeah, okay, never ever will be pursued by a customer. It's so weird. Like, I thought it was kind of like, oh, cool. Maybe we could chill or like vibe, but we did not vibe after 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But managers are literally the best though. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yeah.
they really ask you updates too. Like, my managers are so invested in my love life.
I
Like,
mean,
they're so funny, but every time I come in, they're like, "Okay, what happened?" Like, during the time of my breakup, they're like, they already know you too, because I talk about you to them, and they're like, "Okay, what's your friend's advice today?"
oh.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Who?" Okay, they joke about this too. They're like, "Okay, who's the new guy?" Or like, "Which one would be the new guy today?" Like, literally, when you came to visit at my work, they were making fun of my height without my platform shoes.
Mm-hmm.
They they were like, "What's your height if without those shoes on? Be honest." I'm like, "Excuse me?" And then my manager's like, "Yeah, you're short." I'm like, "Yes, I am. I'm
Oh.
embracing it."
Unhinged there. Oh my god.
They're so lovable. I love them all. Like, yeah, but they're so like, I really love how every time I come into work, they're like, "Who's the guy today?" And I'm like, make it sound like as I'm dating like 20 guys per day, or like 30 guys for which day of the month. Like, it's so funny. But I'm like, no, I'm still in my healing process, and then afterwards, and when I said that, they go to like serious, like serious mode. They're like, yes, be on your healing era. Do not go jump into a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what happened to the funnies and giggles? Like, it gets like 100 to 0 so fast, or 0 to 100 fast. Like, it's that type of environment. And I do have that one manager who's like been working in the store for like over 20 years.
Sheesh. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he's like a dad to me at this point.
Oh
He
my
was like,
god.
telling me, he's like, I've been working even if you weren't born yet. I was like, yeah, you've been working
Actually.
a year. Yeah. I was like, you are literally the father, like, to the store, and he's been working in the same place too. So I'm like, that's wild.
That's wild. So that means I could have just walked in H&M as a kid and he was working there. Oh my
Yes,
god.
it's an.
Damn.
That's what I said too. I was like, I used to go to H&M in middle school, so I was. Oh,
Um, I
anyway,
used to go when I was a kid, but like I don't know. From like elementary school to middle school, I felt like the quality wasn't that great during that
no,
time.
Oh, no, it
Like it
came
was,
back
yeah,
better.
yeah. Cause like if I remember clearly, people shit on H&M for like shit
Mm,
quality and like oh, you went to H&M? Oh, that place sucks with quality. So like everyone memed on H&M, but now like
yeah.
H&M, their quality is pretty good though.
No,
Like
cause like, do you remember how there'd be a cute basic white shirt, but then like when you see the top in front of it, it would be like, I don't know, the most cringy stuff like Slay Sister.
I don't
Like,
remember any of the text and stuff, honestly.
yeah, no, that's just like an example, but they would like have a cringy like text in front of it. That's why people were
Mm.
shit on it, saying like it's so cheesy, it's so plain, and the quality wasn't as good. So like I was shocked when I went to work, like for the first time
Mm.
in like years of going to that store.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the outfits, like you seen the outfits I have now because of the store. Like it's
I
good
mean, I
quality.
have bought stuff from H&M for
Mm,
for office related stuff, but like not for my current job, but this was like for college when I had to do like the professional presentations and stuff, and I need like some professional like dress shirts and shit. So I went
mm,
to H&M to buy some like dress stuff, dress shirt stuff.
mm,
And like the quality was actually okay at that time. But I still had to wear like some undershirt underneath in case if like it was slightly see through,
mm,
you know? I mean, I was wearing a blazer over it, but like, it doesn't hurt to be a little safe. But
mm.
definitely a lot better now. More
Yeah.
fashionable.
Yes, it's definitely more fashionable. Especially when the time that we went shopping and then I gave you the whole I gave you and our other friend the whole insight how the system works.
And we got the deals, you know.
Of course, that's how I spoil all my friends the staff deals.
Oh my god.
It's so good though. Oh my god, I love the season vibes though. Like the one with the sweater. I didn't realize we had that too today.
Oh, there was?
Yeah, it's in the divided section, and I
Oh,
saw it.
I
I was
did
just like,
not know where was the divide section. We were basically in the swimwear stuff most of the time because
yeah,
that was our main focus for today for shopping.
mm,
It was like, we need a swimsuit.
yeah.
That was a main
It was.
priority.
You guys came in the perfect time as I'm like heading to work,
Uh-huh.
and like it's so nice to see my friends. Literally stood like I was of course working and talking to you guys at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It was so nice to see. We're okay to say her real name, right?
Maybe not, don't. Yeah.
Okay. We were so nice to see her partner.
Mm-hmm.
It was really nice. Nice to
Definitely
see me and it
nice.
like meeting
Mm-hmm.
everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like or like retail. What day? Oh, today, out of nowhere, one of the most pet peeve when you mentioned fire alarms. I'm like, that literally happened today for me. I was like, are you kidding? It's like, I don't even know what
Was
happened,
it the
and then
entire mall or was it?
it was an entire mall. Someone triggered the like fire alarm.
Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then I asked my manager like what do we do? And then she was like, just keep cleaning.
Well, for us, we had to actually evacuate the entire premise because, I think, because it's like a chain of stores right next to each other. One of the stores had some smoky smell that
Oh.
like ended up like probably activating something. So like we actually had like firefighters come and like check out everything before like we could have everyone come back in. And like the funny thing is that time like we're like I had to go to like the customers that were still just shopping around while the siren was just blaring in our ears. I was like, "Hi, excuse me. Unfortunately, we need to actually evacuate to the front door. You can leave your cart right here. We can come back in whenever it's ready."
That
And
is
they're like,
so
"Yeah."
weird.
And I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, are they really that okay with just like with the siren just blaring? It was like, what happens if there was an actual fire, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, would you be that casual about like just walking around and just buying, like, shopping, you know? Like,
Yeah.
majority of the customers like went out, but like we had to like get customers that were just still shopping to like
Mm-hmm.
go evacuate, because it's just like, bro, what the fuck, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was like one of the last few people to like leave the store, because I had to check, make sure all the fitting rooms were empty, like the bathroom was empty as well, like make sure
Mm-hmm.
no customers were like anywhere, and like make sure any kids were like not just hiding, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, doing all the due diligence, and then my store manager saw that I was still there and was like, "Yo, go outside." I was like, "Okay." I made
Yeah.
sure no one was here. Yeah. So like the store manager was like the last one to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, and then
That's
we just
weird.
all had to wait outside in the damn cold. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we had to do some evacuation, but they were like, nah, it's just false alarm. So I was just like, you sound
How
very
would you
confident.
know it's a false alarm? Because, like, for us, we didn't know if it was a false alarm or anything
Mm-hmm.
until, like, our store manager was like, no, we gotta evacuate. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we evacuated. The thing
Mm-hmm.
is, because of the situation where all the customers had to drop what they were doing and leave their carts down, you know, some of them never came back, so we had like carts just in the middle of the, the path, you know, the shopping paths. And we had to like put everything back to where it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, this is so annoying. It's like, you
Mm-hmm.
guys could have just came back and do your regular shopping. But no, you just ditched your carts and just ditched away from the store, because you think it would have lasted that long.
Yeah.
It lasted only like literally 6 minutes. It lasted six
So,
minutes for like the firefighters to come, check out the area, and gave us the okay.
mm-hmm.
So that was good.
Mm.
But still, it was the most annoying thing to just put all the stuff back, like the clothes, and also like any of like the spa related stuff, the beauty related stuff. We also have to put all that shit away.
Mm-hmm.
Any jewelry boxes, like the earring boxes that they had in the carts, we had to put those away. There were so many carts that was just abandoned
Jeez.
because of that. Like a good amount of people came back and got their stuff and like went on their normal day, you know. But like there was just so many carts left. Even like for, and like I was working at jewelry at that time as well, and I had to listen to the managers talk on the walkie about the whole situation, about like what to do with like the abandoned carts
Mm-hmm.
that were just in the store, just no one. And then it's like, and like the home goods managers were like, yeah, we got so many too, and it's just like so damn annoying. So like it's like, I guess we're gonna have to have employees to put away the stuff. I'm just like, oh boy. And I didn't have to put away the stuff because I was just at jewelry, so I didn't have to do anything. But like, if any of them had like jewelry, they just like bring it to my counter, and then I just organize everything from there. But yeah, that was quite a crazy day for my friend, because that was her last day. That was her
Oh
last
my
day.
god.
So it's just like, yo, your last day had a fire alarm.
I think
Bro.
last days will always give you the big boom to
Yeah,
end it
it's
off.
always a big boom. That is so weird. I mean, my last day at Kung Fu Tea was nothing. There was no big boom at Kung Fu Tea.
Yeah.
I think it's retail, honestly. Retail can get more crazier. Now, I can't imagine working at like as a waitress or waiter, you know?
That's something I can't
Or
imagine
like a
myself too.
bartender. I can't imagine doing that, cuz like, man, the amount of people that are so rude in restaurants, I could never deal with that. Respect to those people that work in restaurants. Huge respect.
Those like they also include tips as well, and there are customers who are
Oh
paid
my
really
god.
less
I
tips.
was never able to get tips from Kung Fu Tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got no tips from Kung Fu Tea. All the tips went for like the oh my gosh, the shittiest thing about Kung Fu Tea is that you had to take a test in order to become like an official barista at Kung Fu Tea. Like, you had to pass this test. I had no idea what the fuck was the test. I'm assuming you had to answer the recipes and stuff. Like, if this customer orders this, what would the recipe be, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh boy, imagine you have to take a test in order to get $1 extra on your paycheck. And an extra $1 an hour. That's quite that great, am I right?
Yeah. That's weird.
For Kung Fu Tea. For me, I was paid like, I think, either minimum wage or like $1 under the minimum wage. Which was so fucked up for the amount of hours we work. And the amount of work we actually do. My god.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just so dumb.
Why?
I mean, like, I think, was it last year or something? I think last year I went to Kung Fu Tea, and like the location I used to work at, like one night after picking up, was it after picking, no, it was after Anime Boston actually. I was it, wait, now I'm rethinking, was it during Anime Boston, or was it after we picked up our passes? I think it was after we picked up our 3-day passes. Like on the Thursday, right? The Thursday you for the pre-registered people, you can pick up your passes during that day. So I was able to pick up my pass, and I was going along with my brother's friends. Sounds like a weird dynamic that I would be hanging out with my brother's friends. I don't hang out with them. I was their supervisor, honestly. Because they had no idea where the fuck they were going half the time. I'm just like, alright, kids, follow along. I didn't call them kids, but like to me, I'm like, you guys are kids. You guys may be 4 years younger, but you guys are like kids to me. So, I was like, follow me. I know where the heck we're going. It's like, all right, red line, we get off at Park Street. Got it? Capiche. And then, and then,
Mm-hmm.
and then green line is like, we gotta get, we gotta go take the E branch, okay, the E train, and we get off at Prudential.
Mm-hmm.
Got that? And they're like, okay. These kids, they are so chaotic. They have no idea where to go. So I had to literally be their GPS for like 8 boys.
Mm-hmm.
just me dealing with 8 boys. 8 18-year-old boys.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was
Oh,
like,
Kuma, hello,
mhm,
welcome. Oh, love the name of the podcast.
thank you.
Yes. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. We don't even talk anything about K-pop so far.
Yeah, we haven't talked about K-pop anything like
It,
that. It's
it's
just,
more like it's just like, casual talk, Like
mm-hmm.
today we had talked about stories of retail slash working at basically jobs.
Mm,
Jobs that we worked at, honestly.
yeah.
Because we did also include our volunteer shit in dealing with
Mm.
like kids. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, thank you for the follow, Kuma.
Hi. Nice.
Yee. But yeah.
Oi.
Oh, yeah.
We want to do less than what we did last week, right?
Mm-hmm. It's good to
Uh,
actually end it around here, and if we want to
mhm.
go back to streaming like a game, we can.
Oh, definitely. Do you want to play? Actually, we could we can talk about the game after when we end
Yeah, yeah,
it.
yeah.
Awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you all for listening to the podcast. We're gonna change it to jobs
Yeah,
instead
it's
of saying
called
retail.
jobs. It's not even retail, it's
Mm.
just jobs in general.
Yup. Oh, let's
Yeah,
see.
you
For next
missed
week's
it.
topics.
Unfortunately, you
Oh, I
missed
missed.
it.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, yeah,
Hmm.
it's okay, Kumon.
You can
We're gonna
watch the
play games
VOD, don't
afterwards.
worry.
You can watch the VODs and also watch our next stream that is gonna happen in like a couple of minutes. We're gonna play games.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hmm. We'll see
But
what we play, but we will
definitely.
definitely go back to streaming in like a couple minutes
Mm-hmm.
after we end this stream.
Yes. Let's see.
Gaming, yes. Mm-hmm. We gamers. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we're gonna have
Hello,
gaming, so we can
Matt.
talk about anything there. Um, let's see what call. What shall we do for next week?
I have no clue. What's the list?
We can maybe talk about unpopular opinions in K-pop or K-pop talk.
Oh, yeah, we could do that. Now we're actually talking K-pop.
Yes, next week we'll have actually K-poppin.
Actual real K-pop and
Yes. Slay.
silly. Okay, then I would have to start looking at unpopular opinions and see. I would have to research that stuff.
You're more of the K-popper than me.
Uh, I wouldn't know about that.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I haven't been updated that much for the past 2 years. I've been like kind of
Mm.
on and off with K-pop stuff. Like
Kumon said,
I was like hardcore like from 2012 to like up until like the first 2 years of the pandemic. And then after
mhm.
that, I think I kind of just like, because like I started going back on campus again, things got really pretty busy with senior year during that time. And also, I've been pretty busy with work now.
Mm.
So like I haven't been like able to update myself.
I'm the same way. I don't really focus on like the news. I'm just into the music.
I mean, the only things I would the only groups that I actually do like follow up on is BTS news and Stray Kids. That's like most of my things that I like follow up on. And then like once in a while, like ATs, if I hear that they have a comeback, I'm like, oh cool, ATs has a comeback. And then I don't know who else has comebacks.
I'm more
and
of a
stuff.
girl group. I follow Mamamoo news, and occasionally like anything that's women K-pop news, like oh, New Jeans is having a new comeback at this day, and then cool, you into Mamamoo too?
Mamamoo.
Oh my god, slay! I love Mamamoo. I just love Mamamoo. Like, yeah, oh my god, please, we can.
Mamamoo.
Who's your bias, Kuma? Mine is Wien.
I
love
Moonbyul.
Moonbyul, the girl crusher. Slay. Solar, yes.
We all have different tastes.
We all have different tastes. I have a quick flex. I have Solar's signed album.
Ooh, that's cool.
I wanted Wien's, but my cousin has Wien's. But I was like, I'm not gonna trade it because it's her first K-pop album.
Damn. Oh. It's held for. Should I do it? I'll deny it. Should I deny it or should I keep it?
I see it though, like it's just a flex for me.
I'll ignore it.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, I love Mamamoo. Oh my god, Kuma's a Moo fan too.
Automod.
Oh, slay. I love that. I'm glad that there's a fellow Moo here.
Nice.
For sure. You should one day we should chat more about Mamamoo Kuma. Oh yeah, I follow like girl groups, sometimes occasionally twice. My TikTok is full of Twice memes. Frick yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, next week we'll have like the K-pop talk on popular opinions. Look through Reddit posts. I don't have Reddit. You have Reddit, right?
Yeah, I'll look up like the most popular, unpopular K-pop opinions.
Sweet.
I'll
nice.
see.
I yeah. You're more boy group and I'm more girl groups, so it's balance. And then if Akira was here, he could have been like, I'm both. Like he always.
Both. I am equal. I treat everyone equally.
Yes, that's Akira. He's like, you fool! I am both sides.
You thought.
Yeah, you thought. Oh my god, if he was here, it'd be so funny. He'd be like, that's not me at all. Yeah, cool, you agree, right? Akira's like that.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, sending love to Akira. He's so funny.
Throwback to when I did the first season with him.
Yeah, you did
kinda. So he was here for like half of the episodes I did. So I was carrying most of season 1 myself. And I kind of had to stop after 9 episodes cuz it was just like yeah. I was like at that point I was also like pretty like I couldn't think of any more content at that point. Like I was kind of bored. I wouldn't say bored with content.
Like burnout?
Stuff. Burnout, yeah. But
yeah, no worries. Glad that season 2 you came out with a popping banger because you have an active speaker because I love to talk.
yeah.
I really love to talk. It's something I don't know. It's a blessing and not a blessing because I can go on and on and on.
I think I kind of forgot how fun streaming could be with friends, you know? Cuz
Mm,
I didn't do a lot of collab streams, so like it tended to be like really boring, and that
mm,
probably caused the burnout to go faster.
yeah,
Yeah.
Kuma agrees with you too. So far, I I think I've been doing collabs a lot more than solo, and Kuma said it
Hmm.
makes you not want to stream as much if you're alone.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And
and
I
then
had to do that for like
mm,
2 years, I think. I started in like July 2020. Like, I mean, by the time it was like summer 2021, within like my first year, like I kind of felt the burnout, and I think you can notice actually if you go to like my VOD's channel on YouTube, you can notice how sparse my streams started to become.
mhm.
By like 2022, like I did like the New Year's thing, and then I kind of just like dropped off the face of the earth after that. Like, I was like, oh, I'm back after 6 months. No, after 3 months, because I did like one stream during spring break of my senior year, and that's it. And then I dropped off for like 3 months again, and then came back, and I did like a review on like the Proof album from
Oh,
BTS. And then after that, I think I didn't do a stream again until like Christmas.
oh snap.
Yeah. So like that's how like I was just like burned out. I was also dealing with a lot in real life too. Like
Mm-mm.
mentally I was not well too. So,
I remember.
yeah. So I just like I still had fun playing with friends, like just games and stuff, but like I
Mhm.
was not feeling streaming at all,
Mm,
unfortunately.
yeah. I the reason I started everyone I think I talked about last stream if for those who are new here, I started streaming because of my breakup. And then I need something to start as like a new hobby. And I thought might as well start streaming because it's something new, and all my friends are streamers, VTuber and Flash tubers. Yeah, valid.
Hmm.
It was a nasty breakup.
It
And
was
wow, a
pretty
long
bad.
story.
Really bad. I mean,
Yeah.
last episode, we kind of really talked about it. Kind of did.
Mm. It's like
Mostly talked about like other things.
mm, it's just like a
Yeah.
tip of iceberg. Like
There was so
there's
much.
it's so much,
For like
but
just almost 3 months, it's just a lot to take in.
yeah. Oh my goodness. It's basically X rebounded. We don't know if it's true or not, but yeah.
Hmm.
Ooh, Kuma started streaming because they wanted to get over the social
That's
anxiety.
what I thought. I thought I could do that. I still have social anxiety.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
have social anxiety. That's probably why I'm so
I
like,
mean, like
hey, what's up?
I can talk to people, but um, in like, I guess it's not social anxiety. It's more like performance anxiety. I guess that's different. But I also do
Mm,
have social anxiety where if I'm in like for example, when I was still in school, like I barely talked to any of my classmates because it was just I don't know. Everyone was just seemed like they're friends with each other, and then there's just me, you
mm,
know. And
mm,
like for 4 years, I was just like kind of lonely. This sounds sad and all, but like really, I didn't give a fuck about college at all because like in the end, like I was able to make like only a few good friends in college. Um, Most of them were not even in the same grade or major as me.
Mhm.
So that goes to show I didn't really care too much about my major. Not gonna lie.
I
Yeah. But like I have two good friends. Actually no. A couple of good friends in the same
Mhm.
major as me. Like the
Mhm.
people in my major weren't bad people. They were all really nice. We ended up being actually pretty cool with each other because we
Mhm.
shared like the same classes all the time. But
That's
yeah.
good though.
But I don't think my social anxiety got any better. Like I still feel nervous when I meet and talk to someone for the first time.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure people would have noticed that like I tend to not make eye contact a lot until like I get comfortable,
Mhm.
kinda.
Mm.
So
I
yeah.
I think a lot. Oh, Maddie said streaming is good social interaction outlet. I'm pretty sure you get better as you continue. That's very true. I
Mm.
always been like I used to be a very shy kid. Um, but I wasn't as interactive until college with strangers and like helping out with people.
Mm.
Ironically, because like one of my good friends that goes to school with me, and one time he randomly joins our call here and there. Which was really funny. When we were having deep talks, he just randomly said like how I have like a special connection for people to become friends or fixing the
Mhm.
relationship, and it made me thought like, I'm so different from what I was in high school,
Nice.
and social anxiety. Like I thought I had
Mhm.
that, but when I think about it, as I start streaming and becoming a president of an organization at my college campus, I'm like, I don't think I have social anxiety anymore. I'm just like, I think I've gone past it. So that's why I was like thinking streaming would have been a good outlet for me to just like talk, interact.
Mhm.
I think maybe not performance anxiety, but I think I'm much more like if my chat is engaging with me, I'll be engaging back. But it's really hard if you don't have an engaging chat in order to like talk
That is
or
kind of
not.
like
Yeah.
my situation with my chat. Most of the time, it's
Mm-hmm.
like a pretty crickets for for my stream. So it's just like I have to play Genshin and like try to make commentary. But I tend to be just quiet anyways. Because I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I just react to like the storylines and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it.
Yeah. Sometimes I would like to join in and be like, "Hey, what you doing?"
Here's a quest that you should not be watching.
Yeah, a stream I'm not supposed to be watching because I'm also playing Genshin. I just started. I'm a baby boomer.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just joined. Because I think something I always like to think about streaming is playing games that I usually don't like. I don't think if I wasn't streaming, I wouldn't playing Genshin,
Mm.
and I'm very grateful for that. Like, um, oh, Kuma couldn't get into Genshin at all. Hey, it's okay. That's what I thought too when I first started Genshin. When long time ago, before I'm on my third account,
Mm-hmm.
my very first account when one of the characters, the Luke, was like still one of the banner where you can get 5 star. I was that early. I just never got back to it because it was like, oh my god, was it pre-COVID or
It was
during
during
COVID?
COVID.
Okay, so
It
during
came out
COVID,
during COVID.
I remember, yeah, playing it. And then I was in a second relationship, and then he was obsessed with it. That's why I didn't play. And
Mm.
then, afterwards, I started a second account to play with my most recent one, cause I was like, oh, Joanna plays, Kiro plays. I kind of want to join this hype train,
Mm.
and then we both play at the same time. But then we never got into it again because he was not into it. He was like, it's not for me. And then I was like, okay. And then I played a little bit, but never came back to it. Never had the spark. And then now, after trying to stream, I'm like, I should get back into Genshin Impact because I want to impact playing games with my friends. So that's why I got into it, and it's really fun to see like my friends are higher AR, and I'm here like, hi, with my
It's like we can
18.
annihilate everything in your world with one blow.
No, for sure. And I'm here like, oh hi, can you like help me with this little task? Like
It's like, here
this
you go.
this big boy, can you help me kill this big boy boss battle?
Honestly, we can do that in the stream after
Yeah.
this one right now.
And it was really funny because you and Matt were saying like, oh, we can be your guide or your guardian, and then Akira got offended. Akira was like, what do you mean? I'm the original.
I'm the original caretaker.
You're the caretaker. And that's so funny. I'm like, and then I was like, yo, guys, there's only one of me, ooh. It's so funny.
Mm.
I had a hard time playing the story-related games on stream because I don't focus on the game. Then I don't know what's going on. No, that's me. That's me. I can't. I mean, for now, I'm still like in the 1% of the game.
Yeah, you have a long way to go.
Yeah, I didn't even finish Mondstadt yet, bro. Oh, I'm getting there slowly. But yeah, like that's like one of the games I'm really grateful for streaming. I mean, it's only been a month since I streamed, so it's very nice and cool. I feel like incredible. Like process improvement of like my hobby wise.
You kind of put me out of my hiatus.
I was like, hey Joanna, I know you.
It's not like I was
stream.
retired, but like I was just like I was on quote unquote hiatus because I was working. Okay, from November to like March last year, I was working 7 days a week. Monday to Friday, I was working as an intern, and then on Saturday and Sundays, I was working part time at TJ Maxx. So I was like busy. Like I barely had any time for any streams, basically. The only time I had time for streams was like if it was a holiday, you know? So like Christmas. That's why I had Christmas streams.
That's not it.
And after that, I think I had streams again in May. And a month later in June, that was when you started streaming. So I just wanted to help you with streaming, so I just streamed with you.
Yes. Jelly, get off the Twitter. I was looking at my notification. Kuma follows me back, so I followed him.
Wait, get off the Twitter. What the heck?
Because like I got a notification on my web browser, and then I saw it. I was just like, oh, I'll follow you back.
Yo,
ever since I changed web browser to Opera, it's pretty good.
Oh, I love Opera.
It's insanely good.
I've been using it for like a year or two now. It's been so good.
I'm never changing it back.
Yeah, I think we should really end it here. So like.
Yeah, we'll if you we can talk about Opera in our other stream, our next one. We can play games and chill.
Yeah.
And talk about Opera.
Yeah, we'll end it here. And we'll be back in like a few minutes, okay?
Yeah, we'll be back.
But tune in to next episode next week, next Friday, episode 4, about, K-pop related stuff, basically, around 11 p.m. or 11:30 p.m. EST.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Slay.
Yep. Tune in
Awesome.
next time. Bye.
We'll be next Friday. Bye.